Did you know that nearly 4 million furry companions find forever homes each year? These animal welfares are unsung heroes of the animal kingdom. But have you ever wondered about the costs that go into running an animal shelter? Today, you will know what it takes to run an animal shelter. From the tireless efforts of non-profit shelters to the intriguing possibility of running one for profit, we're about to reveal the secrets, challenges, and triumphs of the often overlooked world where pet love meets logistics. Going on the journey of running an animal shelter is a commitment that extends far beyond the joy of finding homes for furry friends. From navigating the maze of rules and regulations to securing the financial foundation, the path to creating a haven for animals is paved with challenges and opportunities. First, you need to know that the volunteers are heroes of rescue centers and shelters, like the backbone of animal charities. To succeed in this altruistic endeavor, organizational skills and harmonious collaboration with those inspired to lend a hand are paramount. The establishment of a robust team is not a mere suggestion. It's a requirement for maximizing the impact on the lives of the animals awaiting a second chance. Setting up a well-structured rota ensures everyone knows their role, fostering a sense of routine crucial for the well-being of our four-legged companions. Yet, the preparation doesn't stop at assembling a dedicated team. Essential equipment, starting from feeding bowls to grooming kits, must be stockpiled in anticipation of the shelter's first residents. Clever strategies, such as advertisement bins in local stores, can harness community support through donations. Approaching local businesses and media outlets adds another layer of potential assistance, creating a network of allies invested in your noble cause. Then, you need to ensure the health and safety of the shelter's inhabitants is a responsibility not taken lightly. Hygiene practices, including cleaning, bedding, and equipment, are non-negotiable. The importance of educating volunteers and visitors on the significance of hygiene cannot be overstated. In a shelter, cleanliness is not just a preference, it's a lifeline. Outdoor spaces require meticulous planning. Fencing in turnout paddocks must be both safe and secure, with consideration for potential hazards like poisonous plants. Adequate shelter against the elements and provisions for fresh water are not just niceties. They are essential components of a well-run sanctuary. And let's not forget the paperwork, a necessary, if not very glamorous, aspect of running a shelter. From tiring record-keeping for each animal to managing volunteers' schedules, the administrative side of things demands attention and expertise. As you step into the world of shelter management, remember that the success of your endeavor lies not just in the number of adoptions, but in the meticulous care, thoughtful planning, and community support that surrounds it. At the core of every animal shelter is a profound mission: to rescue unwanted pets, provide them with care, and ultimately find them new, loving homes. It's a journey marked by compassion and commitment, a venture that transforms not just the lives of the animals involved, but also leaves an indelible mark on the people who undertake this noble cause. The costs associated with saving different types of animals vary significantly based on factors such as size, habitat, and specific conservation needs. Rescuing large endangered species like pandas and elephants involves substantial expenses for habitat preservation, anti-poaching measures, and sometimes even breeding programs. For instance, protecting pandas often includes funding for bamboo reforestation and artificial breeding centers, costing millions of dollars. In contrast, rescuing domestic animals like cats and dogs involves expenses related to shelter maintenance, veterinary care, and adoption programs. The costs for these companion animals are generally lower than those for exotic or endangered species, but they still require resources for vaccinations, spaying, neutering, and daily care. Launching an animal shelter, however, is no small feat, and the work comes with a substantial price tag. Anticipating costs ranging from $500,000 to $800,000, the task at hand involves much more than brick and mortar. This financial commitment encompasses not only the construction of the shelter and essential amenities, but also the provision of medical care and sustenance for the animals. In the intricate work of shelter management, you must consider location-specific factors such as permits and licensing fees, which can add a layer of complexity to the startup budget. But fear not, as there are strategic ways to navigate these challenges and make a meaningful impact without breaking the bank. Renovating an existing structure rather than pitching a new one proves to be a smart financial move. This approach not only reduces costs, but also aligns with the ethos of repurposing available spaces, be they commercial buildings like warehouses, retail stores, or even private homes. The versatility of such spaces, often characterized by open floor plans, lends itself well to the needs of an animal shelter. As we dive deeper into the comprehensive guide on the costs associated with starting an animal shelter, we'll break down the expenses into three main categories: building amenities, utility costs, medical care costs, and food and water costs. Each category is a crucial component in the orchestration of a sanctuary where animals find refuge, healing, and eventually new homes. So basically, property costs emerge as the most variable factor, contingent on geographical location and size requirements. Calculating the appropriate building size involves understanding the number of animals the shelter aims to accommodate and the square footage needed per animal. For instance, adhering to a rule of thumb of 30 square feet per cat and 90 square feet per dog, the structure's dimensions can be tailored to the shelter's specific needs. Whether opting for new construction or the renovation of existing spaces, the costs incurred extend beyond the initial building expenses. Soft costs, covering a gamut of fees, insurance, surveys, and more, contribute an additional 20%, 30% to the overall budget. The intricacies of these financial considerations demand a meticulous approach to ensure a shelter's success and sustainability. Securing a space is just the beginning. The journey involves navigating the landscape of permits, an aspect influenced by the regulations of the state or locality. In California, for instance, obtaining a commercial shelter permit is a prerequisite for housing 8 or more animals, involving an inspection and licensing fee. Understanding and fulfilling these legal obligations are crucial steps in the intricate dance of launching an animal shelter. So buckle up as we launch on this enlightening journey into the world of animal sheltering, where the costs are not just financial, but also measured in the priceless moments of transformation and hope for both animals and those who champion their cause. Beyond the physical space, the financial intricacies of running an animal shelter extend into essential medical care for our furry residents. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, the well-being of shelter animals requires meticulous attention, including vaccinations against critical diseases like rabies, parvo, and bordetella. Vet services for spaying and neutering are also imperative, contributing to the overall health and population control within the shelter. While some shelters boast a full-time veterinarian on staff, the reality for many is a collaborative partnership with local veterinary offices, outsourcing these vital services. The cost, however, can be a significant hurdle, with full-time veterinarians commanding salaries exceeding $80,000 annually, often stretching the budget constraints of a shelter. Basic veterinary care, crucial for the well-being of normal, healthy dogs, averages around $200 per checkup. For a shelter accommodating 30 animals, this translates to a minimum annual expenditure of $5,000 for routine medical vet costs. However, predicting these expenses can be challenging, given the unpredictable nature of when animals may fall ill or require extensive medical attention. In addition to medical care, the daily sustenance of shelter animals is a fundamental consideration. Food costs, influenced by location and the size of the shelter's inhabitants, are a substantial part of the budgetary equation. For instance, an average shelter dog consuming 1.2 cups of food daily amounts to over 13,000 cups per year for a group of 30 dogs. This correlates to around 110 bags of dog food, with an annual cost exceeding $5,000 for food alone. The financial demands of running an animal shelter are undeniable, and the challenge is compounded by the fact that these endeavors often don't generate substantial profits, making securing a business loan a formidable task. However, the journey to financial viability is not devoid of options. Exploring grants from reputable animal welfare organizations is a promising avenue. Foundations like the American Humane Association, Bissell Pet Foundation, and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, ASPCA, offer financial support and grants tailored to the needs of animal rescue shelters. These funds can be allocated towards critical areas such as food, medical care, toys, equipment, and other daily essentials, easing the financial burden on shelters striving to make a difference in the lives of animals. Alternatively, tapping into the generosity of the community through in-kind donations provides a lifeline for shelter operations. With nearly 50% of American adults having contributed to an animal shelter in the past year, primarily through donations of food or volunteer work, the support from the community proves invaluable in sustaining these vital havens for our beloved four-legged friends. So what do you think about setting up an animal welfare? Share your thoughts below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more engaging content. Your support keeps us motivated to bring you quality information.